Hi everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. Sims 4 video, I'm rebuilding the venues. I don't know if I'm going to do them all, but I'm rebuilding venues because I can't think of anything else to do. So the first one is the Willow Creek Lounge. I believe it was called the Blue Velvet. This is what it first looked like. At the start I tried to keep the architecture the same. I don't know how well I succeeded. I think the build itself is a little like what you see here. The elements, no. That's part of the reason I love Willow Creek, and it has its charm. But these are like 2015 builds. And no. No. They're using all base game items that are just so pathetic and depressing, and I'm sure there are a lot of fans out there who started in 2015 and there's nostalgia attached to this stuff, but I came in 2017 and I wasn't impressed at all. Plus, it's the very first time that I ever... Well, I can't say it was the very first time I ever played The Sims, because that's not true. The reason I bought this is because I had a Facebook account at that time. I was actually getting ready to get rid of it at that time, but that's beside the point. They had a lot of games on Facebook, and that was the only reason I was interested in Facebook. And one of them was a sim builder. It wasn't this... Well, I did have the city one. Getting ahead of myself as usual and sounding like a complete moron. I'm sorry. Facebook did have a Sims City builder game. And if I'm not mistaken, it was called Sim City 3000. Something like that. That was on Facebook Games. But there was a sim game itself with people, and you build a house and you decorate the house and you get to go into Cass and give her clothing. And the weird thing about it was you stayed on your lot. You stayed on your lot and you could have people come over, or you could maybe visit, but there was no town, there was no, expansive world. It was just you on a plot of land. Please tell me I'm not insane and I didn't make all this up. But I used to play that and I really got into it. I was almost obsessed with it. It was that fun. And then it just vanished. It just ceased to exist. And it was very sad. For the longest time, I'm like, how do I get this back? And then eventually, I think I was at Target. I'm like, is that The Sims 4? And I bought it. And that was the history of the game with me. And like I said, that was 2017. So, actually, it might have been the 2017 version. It says I've been playing since 2017. I don't remember. I probably have. But I'm still obsessing over the game. I just wish these videos did better than my Animal Crossing ones do. It's kind of sad. I don't know how to build up a following. I don't have friends who can tell their friends, who can then tell their friends. I don't live in that kind of a world. I am by myself here. And I'm no good at self-promotion. And I think I've mentioned this in other videos that I just can't bring myself to go, please like my video, please subscribe, please tell your friends. I can't do that because it feels like begging. I don't want to do that. But I do know that I need to. There are a couple of my videos within the last 10 months have close to 1,000 views. Not as many likes. I don't know if likes even matter. It would be great if I could actually start making money at this, because I'm getting desperate at this point. I don't know what I'm going to do within the next year. I'm going to have to go into a homeless shelter or something. I don't know. It's not funny. It's terrifying. So I'm not ignoring the elephant in the room, but if anybody even noticed, I was offline for a while there, and I don't want to go into the details, but I will mention one of the reasons is I was having technical difficulties. Right after the goth video that I made, I tried to go back in to touch things up and make it a little bit better before putting it on the gallery. And I don't know what happened. I do not know what happened, but the game just would not function. It like perpetually froze. And then my computer engine started gunning, and that terrified me, so I just shut it off. And I waited a while. I cleaned up some stuff. I went back in, and it did the exact same thing. It just would not load. It was weird. So I ended up having to remove the save file and the tray file and my mods folder. So I lost everything. I lost my playthrough and the goth home and anything else that was on that file. It's gone. Well, save folder. However, Animal Crossing on my Switch started acting up right after that. I lost sound for whatever reason. It would start with sound, and then within just a few minutes of playing the game, the sound just vanishes. And I'm getting anxious. It's like I can't afford to have anything at all go wrong. But I see, this is the reason I don't talk about it. I don't want to complain. Nobody cares, okay? And I know that, and I don't want to discuss it. It was tough. It was a tough week. I was frantically trying to figure things out, but that wasn't the only issue. I just didn't feel like talking. When things go that wrong and my mind starts building it up into this colossal calamity, I just shut down, and I know I've mentioned that before as well. I shut down and I cease to function until the dark clouds go away, and I just didn't feel like talking. So that's why I wasn't making any videos. Well, let's just say I recorded videos, I just didn't do the audio for them. And then today, I'm finally a little more upbeat, ready to do the audio, and we're in the midst of a very severe windstorm, and it's in effect until 4 o'clock this afternoon, and everybody's just kind of sitting there going, is the power going to go out? When's the power going to go out? Is the power going to go out? So you're probably going to hear gusts of wind and doors rattling, and there's nothing I can do about any of that. 60-mile-an-hour winds are going to do what they want to do. Now, back to the lounge here. I don't know. I was thinking a little bit modern, and then trying to think of, well, this is Willow Creek. I just didn't want that honky-tonk. I don't get it. Maybe that's what it's like in New Orleans. I don't know. The country western has always been Arizona and Texas to me. And maybe I shouldn't think that way. I don't know. So I tried to jazz it up just a little bit. I put 3 different DJ booths in here, and they all acted wacky. This one doesn't even have a DJ in it, and I don't believe I pushed it too close to the wall. Maybe I did, I don't know. I'll have to go back in and check if I even can. So I guess I can't say anymore that Sims 4 isn't acting up for me, because it certainly is. The lag, it's like sketchy. I don't know how else to say it, but You're moving along and everything's fine, and then it just sticks, and then push, you're pushed forward super quick. That keeps happening when I do these walkthroughs. I try to edit it as best I can, though. I'm not sure that this came out horrible. There's plenty for them to do. I did change that first floor up from what you saw when I was building. So I gave him a tiny little stage with, I believe I had an organ, oh gosh, an electric little piano, a guitar, and a mic. And then there's places for them to eat out here. I think this downtown is charming, and I tried not to muck it up with this build. I wish we had better signs as well. I don't know what signs to put out here, and I like that spotlight, so I put that in there. I hope you like this, though. And again, thank you so much for sticking with me to the end and supporting my channel. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone has an absolutely fabulous day. Bye-bye.